My name is Frame.
Okay.
Are we ready?
That's how we start the podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Frame.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Amateur Hour, the official podcast from Amateur Mastermind Productions. Every other week, a few young creatives get together to talk about whatever it is young creatives talk about. I'm one of your hosts, the jab of the podcast, Mike Messina. To my right, we have the cross of the podcast, Richard Chow. And to my other right, to my farther right, we have the left hook of the podcast.
Okay, left hook.
Darren Tunn. Yeah, I feel like we might get into a little boxing anecdote in a little bit once we get into the topic of the show, which I think is going to be trash talk. We'll do that as like a.
So that's
a
what we're
jumping
doing.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll see what
We're
that
trash
goes.
talking each other?
Yeah, sure. No, we'll do one of us.
Let's start
We'll
it, let's
trash
start
talk
it.
to one person.
We started doing epic rap battle.
Yeah.
It's like out of nowhere.
Oh my, dude. So of course, I'm a big hip hop fan.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
also,
Yeah.
political science major, big history guy, and then of course as
Physics.
filmmakers, big pop.
It's like the
culture.
perfect marriage. for
Physics
you
as well.
Of,
Yeah.
of both of those things.
So epic rap battles of history still are amazing. They are like the perfect piece of content for me. And there was, there's some physics action going on with some of the people that they bring onto the show, or some of the characters that they play throughout history.
I liked how they brought on like YouTube stars and people like that, and they played other characters on that rap battle, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I remember watching it in history class. Like, I had a teacher.
Wait,
who would
really?
show it, yeah.
Nice.
I forgot his
What a
name.
cool teacher, man.
Was he
Epic
actually a
rap
cool
battles?
history teacher, or was he trying to be the cool history
You
teacher?
know, I had this conversation recently with one of my other friends, and that kind of agreed with me on this topic. I won't name names just to not flame anyone specifically. We felt like he was good. He was like a good teacher, but he wasn't like the best. And he was also a little creepy because he would just like, those teachers who would just like talk to girls a lot, like to the female.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
the guy that
Classmates.
massaged the girls?
No,
on the-
no.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
no. That is
The history teacher is down here. That guy. Was
that guy is like
Yeah.
that guy is
There was the dude who was like
borderline.
massaging all the girls.
Yeah, that's
I remember.
borderline. Like that's harassment.
That's
I was like,
Literally
I need a
illegal.
massage.
Yeah,
it's
What the
illegal.
hell?
I was personally offended.
Yeah.
Dude, then you're gonna become like the Bronx science teacher who was after the guys instead.
No.
No, that's serious. There's actually that happened.
I'm gonna really.
Yeah, he was a well-known
Recently,
debate
or-
teacher. No, it was a while ago. It was back when we were in high school.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like historical piece.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was bad. He was one of the debate coaches. I was on the debate team. I knew one of the Bronx science people who were on the debate team there too.
Oh, so you have personal connections. A little
Yeah,
bit.
to some degree, and he was like on texting terms with the teacher, and he found like I had this piece of news like, dude. Oh, ironically, actually, no, I won't name names, but yeah, it
We're
was just
calling
bad.
out names today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not calling
Bleep
out
them
any
out.
names.
Yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
not trying to get any like legal troubles with anybody. please.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just it
That
was
we
a bad
already
situation.
haven't done yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Fair use,
Yeah,
Fair
use,
use,
Creative
fair
Commons
use.
and
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
Eminent domain.
but not for personal
Wait, so
people's
what's the
names.
story again? It's
Oh yeah, like this guy was I think he just had like a lot of illicit content. And he was like texting underage boys or guys specifically.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no bueno.
Sounds like a bad idea. I probably shouldn't do that if you're a teacher.
Yeah, and my
Yeah.
friend at that point was on texting terms with him, so that was definitely like a shocker to him.
It is like definitely not the same thing, but I've been working in like Starbucks kind of spots a lot, and a lot of times you'll see older guys coming in. They're super friendly with the like young female barista types, and it's not necessarily creepy. But then you see them, they'll come in and they're definitely not talking the same way to the older staff or to the guys or whatever.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a little bit of a tiny
Just
weird
weird.
energy.
It's I
It's
definitely think it's
weird.
weird. It's definitely
Yeah.
weird.
Not creepy
When
necessarily.
you have
just-
that like, it's like a favoritism, right?
I guess
what
so.
is it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
favoritism.
I'd
It's
say that.
favoritism, and it's also like to some degree like you're showing your true colors. I think a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, which is
To the girls.
no like true colors isn't like your.
Just through your actions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If
yeah.
you were to come under analysis on
I see.
some three random dudes podcast,
Yeah,
then yeah. So shout outs to all the Starbucks employees.
I know, and then
Right.
everybody else who gets creeped upon by older gentlemen.
older
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Or Bronx boys who get picked on
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're not necessarily from the Bronx, but
Yeah.
it's just one of the specialized high schools in New York City.
by. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was a whole scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
everyone
the
stay
FBI
safe.
was involved.
Yeah. Watch out for creeping of any sort, I suppose.
Seriously
I
though.
feel like it happened a couple of times at our school.
Yeah. There's also a lot of racism in our school.
Yeah, that's
At your high school, you
Yeah.
mean?
At our high
At our high
school.
school.
Yeah.
Because you guys went to the same high school.
Yeah. So I was at high school. Shout out to the place that I realized there's a lot of like just like a lot of stuff.
There's
I still loved my time. Yeah, I still
I'm
loved
glad
my
that there were
time.
other Asians, and
Yeah.
like I wasn't the only one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember like there's finally like this one person who was this one like person from the black community was finally in our school, and they're like diversity. I was like, one guy does not represent your quota, man. Like
Yo.
it is like
Oh,
you
Oh, he was
cannot.
saying diversity?
No, like
Or someone
I
else?
think someone
the
else.
school staff I think was saying.
Yeah,
no
we have
diversity.
diversity. I was like, you do not have any ounce of diversity.
They made sure that
Yeah.
one dude was in every photo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, call him out.
Hey,
call him
where did
out.
he go?
Yeah.
That guy. Bring him back.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I remember I was in the lab at Binghamton. I was in some science research thing, and it was me and then 3 other white guys, and we're doing this research. And one
dude,
guy
I
made
think
a
you told me
joke.
about
He's
this.
like, "Yeah, I'm doing a pipette, whatever, chemical, whatever," and the dude makes a joke, and I wasn't like offended by it or anything, but he goes, "Oh, I feel like when Mike's Asian, so when Mike does something, I picture a poster that says like diversity." And I'm like, dude, we're 3 white dudes and an Asian dude doing science. There's nothing diverse about
Yeah, there's
this.
nothing diverse.
There is
about
nothing
this.
diverse about this.
Yeah.
This is super status quo. But there was kind of it was a funny
He actually said that in
moment,
Binghamton.
but I know,
That's
crazy,
crazy.
right? Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. That
Happens.
was a fun time.
Definitely happens. Yeah, but we're trash talking. I guess we are trash talking. So.
We are trash talking.
We are.
This is
Yeah.
all trash talk.
This is all trash talk.
This
I
is how we
know.
trash talk.
Before we started recording, we were touching on some of the celebrity boxing fights that happened. At this point,
Right.
a while ago, the match happened between Logan Paul and Tyron Woodley, former UFC champion.
Jake
And
Paul.
there's- Oh, who did I
I
say?
hate to be that guy.
It's okay. I messed
he's
up
the guy
Dunkirk
that-
in 1917 and
Jake
Christopher
is
Nolan.
the younger
So
brother, and Logan is the older.
Did I say
brother.
Logan Paul?
Yeah.
I coughed through it though, so it was hard.
Yeah. It's
hard to
okay.
hear.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. All I heard is Paul.
Okay, that's good.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah,
I
just
definitely
I
heard the
guess
wrong
all I
one.
heard was Paul too.
gotcha. Jake Paul.
Don't know what I'm saying.
He's so annoying. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
there was some
Former
trash
Disney
talk
star.
I don't know
going
if he's
on,
for
building
real
hype
or if
for
he's
that.
just like
I think he
acting
definitely
that
plays
way.
it up.
He plays it up for
but
sure, right?
I
Yeah.
feel like he kind of has that young kind of shithead kid kind of energy in real life, probably. And
He's,
then he just turns
he's
it
the
up to
role
11.
model for kids nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, would love like
Very glad.
my future kids to look up to him and
Yeah, I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's
You
funny.
would do anything you set your mind to. That's what I'm gonna show them.
Exactly.
Jake
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
You could
Versus-
you could be
versus
anyone
Tyron
and
Woodley.
have ridiculous goals. And
Yeah,
then-
and get $100 million, but
Yeah.
you know, or allegedly at least.
This is the part of the clip of the podcast people are gonna take out of context.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you need like. I feel like even if you take it out of context, it's pretty accurate from what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some trash talk leading up to that fight.
Mhm.
It's funny to me how a lot of times people really look into these exchanges between 2 people who are gonna fight for some sport. It's like, oh, look at his body language, and he's leaning back when he leans in, so he's scared of him, and that's gonna show up in the fight. And then
It's all like this dominance stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's like legit.
I don't think it's super accurate.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
body
whoever
language
has
is
like
body
the most
language, but-
outward confidence on like that stage at that moment, right? But it
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with the fighting ability. I know some people say
Usually.
fighting in the UFC is a lot about like aggression and whether or not you can fully like go in and attack. But I don't know. I think that's a whole different ball game than trash talk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get guys who can really get under the other person's skin enough to mess up their game. But sometimes you talk too much trash and then the other person gets so determined and then they go, instead of they become unfocused, the opposite can happen. They
Yeah.
get super laser focused and then it kind of backfires on
That
you.
that was kind of Conor McGregor's strategy, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of always a strategy.
Yeah,
usually. Yeah.
Like he wanted to intimidate you way before the fight, and it worked a couple of times. I think Charisma
A lot
on
of the time,
Commands
I think, yeah. Early
did
on.
a couple breakdowns of that, but
I think
I don't know.
Yeah, I
the
think
past 2 times with Khabib and
obviously
Dustin,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely did not. I think
it angered him, if anything.
yeah, I think
but
I was
it
gonna
didn't
say I think it
intimidate
actually
him.
made him more determined to just destroy this guy.
Yeah.
This is like this little man talking essentially. I think Kobe Bryant, you know, big sad, but he was definitely one of the biggest, like, known as the biggest trash talkers on the court. And I think one game in particular that I feel like is, like, kind of reminiscent of what you're saying before, where it kind of helps them. The trash talking, like, essentially elevates their performance, was when he was trash talking Steph Curry, I think. And Steph just drained a 3. Like, right after, essentially, all the talk. And then Kobe
So it was
Bryant,
all, like, psychological.
Yeah. And then Kobe Bryant kind of, like, was like, okay. And he just, like, he kind of gave him, like, a little, like, cheeky, like, smack or something on the back or on the butt. I don't know what he did. I forgot.
Those are two very different things.
Yeah. But it was mid-game, and he was, like, smiling at him, which essentially was his way of acknowledging his skill. Like, I think
interesting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about too. Is like we're talking about the mental side of being trash talked at, but what happens when you trash talk someone and then they nail their next performance or the next whatever? Then how does that affect? I feel like it's probably the good way to handle it, to counter it. Yeah,
the best way to counter is with the actions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like reflecting it, just like with a mirror. Yeah.
I also really like watching those comeback videos where people like come up with better comebacks.
Yeah.
I was watching a different one. I forget what it was, but I think it was Conor McGregor and a different guy. Or no. Oh yeah, it was 2 other guys, not Conor McGregor, but yeah, the guy was like, "Oh, I don't have any words." Do you know that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just like sometimes the best answer is no answer, and he puts it down, and then the other guy's like, sometimes you don't have an answer. And then the guy was just like, what the fuck? How did you do that?
Nice. You gotta be quick on your toes.
Yeah. I do agree. I feel like the ones where they have like the best comebacks are always like the craziest. Especially like, you know, like I think schools out west probably have like this more prevalently, but like rap battles, like in school or something. I think
I feel like there's probably a lot of places.
Yeah, definitely. But I love when like someone does one, like a one-liner, and everyone's like, oh, but he's like, wait. And then, like, they come back with even better one-liner, and everyone's, like, losing their minds in the background.
I love it when they're on, like, they're improvising, especially on talk shows. And sometimes, like, the host or someone on the talk show would say something that's a little, like it was a little jab at you, but those people come back with, like, the best comebacks I've ever seen. I forget some of them, but I do remember there were a lot that were pretty good. A lot of comedians, especially, coming back.
There's this one show, I forget what it was called, but it was basically a series of specials where they sat famous comedians down to kind of just
Was it a roast session?
I don't think it was roast session, because I don't think it was geared to be a roast session. It was just comedians talking. But then it's just like when you get all that macho kind of messed up, I've had a traumatic life personality.
Dude, I know what you're talking about. Like Bo Burnham was on that, right? Yeah. And
there was Mark Maron was on it.
Mark Maron was on it. Well. Yeah. I think Ray Romano was on an episode.
So last podcast episode we were talking about casting actors who fit the role. When you see Ray Romano in real life and you compare him to his character from his sitcom, Everybody Loves Raymond, it really is like the same person.
Yeah. He wrote the story, like the whole show around that, right?
It's like
his
him. Show, definitely.
Yeah, but he's played a lot of other roles. Didn't he play like a dad at some point? He grew out a beard.
He played a dad in what is it, the rom-com, not Lovesick. The Big Sick. Big Sick.
Yeah.
Was it
really
Big
good.
Sick? Yeah. That was with Kamal
Nanjiani, something like that.
Yeah, it was like his life and how he met his wife, right?
Yeah. It was really good. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I keep saying, oh yeah, there's no like Asian American rom-com, and the people would be like, remember Big Sick? And I was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You're right.
That was really well made.
Yeah.
I think that was like got everyone's attention when it came out.
Yeah, definitely. I gotta rewatch that. I don't remember too much of it.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been a really long time since I watched that.
It's always been longer than you realize too. So
didn't it win something too? Like for writing or
won a lot of people. So I don't know. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised because it was really good.
Yeah,
it was really well done. Rom-coms in general. I like romance movies. I'm a big fan.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
For romance.
Definitely. Yeah. Best romance movie?
Titanic. No.
Titanic was pretty
awesome.
good.
Come on.
Yeah, Titanic is pretty good.
Yeah.
Was there a romance film where you guys like really, really bought into the couple? It was just like that was.
The thing is, like, I think for me, I don't know that for rom-coms, like I do like them and I think it's cool, but I think I'm more of a sucker for it when it's like built into a storyline of like a movie that has a different genre also in play. So for example, everyone knows Tom Holland and Zendaya are now dating.
Mm.
Like that. Is
I didn't know that.
That's
You didn't know that?
You did not know that.
No, I did
Tom
not.
Holland and Zendaya are dating. You did not know that.
It's all over TikTok,
it's
bro.
all
It's
about
all over everything.
Oh, yeah,
You're good.
Yeah.
No, but like I think like I like that their characters had chemistry from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they weren't like dating, quote unquote, in the first movie, and then like
Yeah.
into the second movie, and now I guess the third movie they're an item. But it's like I like seeing that develop in the story plot of like action and everything else. Because for me it's like it's cool if it's by itself, but I don't know that I would I could like name right off the top of my head like a celebrity couple that had like a romance or something that like really was like I was like sold into. I was like, wow, this is this is it. Like this is the like the OTP.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One True Pairing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what was the movie that was like really like everyone loved? La La Land. Actually, I will say La La Land is probably the one that comes to mind immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I really wanted them to be together.
Yeah.
Damn.
In real life, you mean, or like
No,
the
in the
actors?
movie.
In the movie.
In the movie,
yeah.
yeah.
The movie, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I mean, obviously, I think everyone wanted that.
Yeah. There's another one. They made like a second movie recently with Noah.
Baumbach.
Huh?
Noah Santino.
Yeah, Noah Santino. What was that?
Like the boys.
Yeah,
The
was
boys
it?
who loved me before.
Yeah.
No, not that
Oh,
one.
what?
To every boy who loved me.
No.
To all the boys,
To all the boys I
before?
loved.
Is that actually the series we're talking about?
I need to find this right now. What just
Is that the right
happened?
Noah?
Lana
Is that a
Condor.
different-
Yeah,
dude.
we just
Yeah.
butchered it.
Oh yeah,
To all the boys we loved
before.
Yeah, yeah.
To all the boys. What did I say before?
I don't know what you
To all the boys I loved before, or something like
Yeah,
that.
to
That
all
is
the
the
boys
name
I've
of the
loved before.
franchise, yeah.
Is what it's
Okay,
called.
okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that was like really hyped up, and everyone was like sold on their coupleship, and like they had to be together in real life or something like that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be so annoying if you're actually dating one of those people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these freaking not just tweeners, like people our age and people older too. Like, oh man, I really want to see these two actors get together. Like, what the hell, dude? I'm already dating this person, and then everyone's shipping your partner with someone
But
else.
she like they
That
were.
happened with
I don't
Crazy
know what
Rich
the
Asians,
what the
right?
story is. but
No, actually,
I have no idea.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just speculating. It must suck in that situation.
No, she has been dating somebody else. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Lana Condor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was John, the other guy.
The other guy.
John Jones, the
No, the guy in the
Manhunter.
second film. I was gonna make a joke, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know the guy.
I don't know any of their names.
I don't know the
So-
guy's name. I was gonna say John Henry, but it's definitely not John Henry.
John Henry the Third.
Man, I do remember in that second movie, I liked the other guy a little bit better.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, he had like the chemistry and stuff.
He had good chemistry. Played
And,
the piano. or
and
something
Noah
like that.
Santino was like the jock, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the.
I will say, I like the timbre of Noah Santino's voice. He's got a nice voice.
Mm.
The way he enunciates his words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see the appeal.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, you mentioned good on-screen couples before. I feel like even though The Amazing Spider-Man wasn't great, Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, a lot
had
of people.
great-
Oh, I
also
did
say-
like
They
that.
had amazing
Yeah.
chemistry. I mean, they were dating at some point, weren't they?
You think
Yeah.
so?
Man, I would watch that clip. Like it would be reposted on Instagram. The Gwen dying clip.
Oh
The
yeah.
one where she goes in the clock tower. I'm sorry if I spoiled that. But yeah.
I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, it's okay. I mean, The Amazing
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
it's so
like,
sad,
it's,
dude.
It's like essentially just a series that died.
Yeah, that's also if you're
Yeah.
a big Spider-Man fan, you know that happens.
Yeah.
You know Gwen Stacy takes a fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see the second Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't really want to, but
Electro.
Jamie Foxx though.
Yeah,
Jamie
that's a
Foxx,
soft point.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, talking about Jamie Foxx. Oh my god,
Dude, he was. I
Dude.
really like Jamie Foxx.
the Django Unchained.
Django
Yes,
was
as an
amazing.
actor.
That was the
Oh
first
my
Tarantino film I
gosh.
saw.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, Django is amazing. I like.
Yeah, it's
great.
really cool how at the end of that film, at the final act or two, you see him really start to come into his own, and that's the Jamie Foxx show. At the
Yeah.
end of that.
Yeah,
he's kind of
yeah.
a side role for the rest of it, and then
He's
he
kind of
really
like
shines.
suppressed and a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. At the beginning, at least,
Yeah.
he's kind of quiet.
Yeah,
and
yeah. He's
doesn't
more
really have that
reserved, and
character
he
at the
doesn't
beginning.
have. Yeah, he doesn't have
Yeah.
the kind of essentially the presence or the aura that he
Yeah,
has.
because
at the
I
end
mean,
that he
so much
commands.
stuff has happened to him, and he's been like, I think at the start of the movie, he was a slave for like a pretty long time.
Yeah.
From a
And-
character perspective, you're
Yeah.
right. I think it's just, especially with those other two huge personalities in the room.
Yeah.
The Christoph Waltz character, the
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio character.
DiCaprio, yeah.
There's just no room for him to find himself and express himself finally. And then that also works just for the film pacing, because again, you have those two or three huge actors in the room, right? Because Sam Jackson's also in that film. So between the three of them acting,
Dude, I didn't
and
even
then
know that
Jamie
was
Foxx,
Sam
might have just
Jackson
been
at
too
first.
much.
Samuel L. Jackson. I didn't even know that was him.
Oh, really? He had a lot of prosthetics on, but
Yeah. No,
it was him, yeah.
I didn't know it was him when I first watched it.
Oh, okay, got it.
And then I was like, "What? That was him? That's crazy." He had
Gotta take a
the
closer
whole
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah, he had so much like one of those like whatever those latex prosthetic things on.
Yeah.
Like
It's like Galvin.
it probably was so like difficult to wear too, to be honest, as an actor.
Probably,
yeah.
I remember
that movie's so iconic. Goodbye, Miss Laura.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then oh my god, she just like dead man gets
Yeah,
yanked
she
off
went
screen.
this way.
Like
She
gives
went
you back
out of the room
problems,
this
kind of
way.
yanked off screen.
Yeah, say goodbye to Miss Laura.
And I remember, like, on the prosthetics point, Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
after the first film, once he got sort of a fan base, he would be so sick of wearing all that makeup all over his face that at the end of the day, he would just start tearing it off and just throwing it on the ground, all of his, rubber and makeup and latex and stuff. And then people would follow him and collect the stuff that he peeled off his face and then put them in bags
As a collectible.
Yeah, as a
Wow.
collectible.
Really?
kind of thing.
So it's in some store now.
Probably, yeah.
Some showcase.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Probably smells pretty bad, but
I didn't know about that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
that's cool. I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
Yeah, my parents watched that a whole bunch. I haven't actually watched it yet, but
They're good. You
Yeah.
don't need to watch all of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Every
Probably,
single
one. Or
one.
two, but
and then you go on to Chucky and
and then
yeah.
I've never seen a Chucky movie or a Child's Play movie either.
Me neither. Yeah.
So that's on the list as well. But
yeah.
yeah, I know I'm such a big romance fan. We kind of started before. I do want to name drop. I did just watch Blade Runner, the new one,
Oh, yeah.
2049.
Oh,
Did you like it?
How was it?
It was amazing.
I liked it.
loved
I liked it a lot. Yeah,
it was really, really good.
It was really well done. I remember all my friends were watching it with me, and they didn't stay awake. But I mean,
No,
yeah,
I can see that.
Jay
though. I
Chung,
can
Jay
see
Chung
that.
and I were the only ones awake at the end of the film. They were just like, "Wow, this is so good."
This is
Oh,
great.
No.
Yeah, they're like, "This is so good," and then I was like, "Yeah, you can go to sleep, guys. I know, it's not for everyone, but because I know, dude, I'm about to say this director's name again, and
Yeah.
Dennis
Denis
Villeneuve.
or Villeneuve.
I'm just
Villeneuve,
gonna
I
say
think.
Villeneuve.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
Villeneuve.
what?
The director's
Villeneuve.
name is Denis
He's like a
Villeneuve, I
It's
think.
French,
Villeneuve?
right?
I think it's Villeneuve. I don't know.
Dude, we took French.
We'll call
Yo.
him.
Yeah, but we
Call
didn't
him
learn
whatever for now.
Yeah, we didn't learn Denis.
Didn't learn
But
every surname.
Back to my point, I guess I was trying to say that his style is kind of this longer, more like drawn out but very artistic. Like it's very artful,
Yeah.
his films in the past at least, and he likes to linger on shots and you can see the atmosphere. Perfect pick for Blade Runner. But I think a lot of people with these short attention spans, like they couldn't watch the movie all the way through for some reason. Even the original too, it had that same pacing, so it stayed true to that
That's true.
style. But people couldn't.
That when
His name is Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
Villeneuve, okay,
Villeneuve.
Yeah, Villeneuve.
Okay.
Denis Villeneuve.
Next time we see him, we'll ask him just to make sure.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know when you can find him.
I was surprised when
He's
I
like,
watched
you
the
guys
original.
are the guys that keep butchering my name.
Denis Villeneuve.
And then he tries to name drop himself, and then he messes it up.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
like, all right, I'll give you
my
guys
name
a
is
pass.
Denis Villeneuve.
How do you say it again?
He's from Quebecois.
Okay.
He also did Sicario and
Yeah,
I think
he did
Arrival.
do Sicario.
Sicario is also pretty good.
Arrival
fantastic.
was something else. I do remember it was quite drawn out, but it was really well done. I remember it's a slow paced film, but it
Yeah,
was
but he
really well
also
done.
and then with Sicario, like he obviously knows how to play with tension as well to
Yes,
build up
yeah.
scenes when he has to, and not just do everything drawn out.
Yeah.
When I saw the first Blade Runner, I was surprised at how, because I knew it was such a cultural staple. So many nerdy people love this thing. It seemed almost mainstream sort of a cult classic because of how much has been built up over the years. Then when I sat down to watch it, it's super artsy. Honestly,
it is
artsier than the sequel that just came out, I feel like.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the original, man, it's
it's really good.
It's the original. They really built like miniature sets to recreate a lot of those
some of the stuff,
pieces. Stuff. Yeah, and it's super detailed. Ridley Scott did crazy job on that.
I'm glad that it did become such a classic though, because I was, of course, I feel like Alien and Aliens, that Ridley Scott franchise has become mainstream, but you could see it being a mainstream movie. It's exciting. There's action sometimes. There's horror sometimes. It's big and in your face. Blade Runner was not that, but it still blew up.
There were some some pieces where there was a lot of like action and then stops, right? And then it's like these.
And there was definitely some action and fight scenes in both Blade Runner films. But
I have to go back and rewatch
the rest
it. I do remember it being really good. Like it pays off in the end for sure. Yeah, when you watch that film.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, both really good in that.
Great, yeah. Oh, and I brought the film up because I feel like when I say romantic movie, sometimes I don't always mean rom-com. I don't even always mean a film that is about a romantic relationship between two people.
It's
just a romantic feeling or a romantic like outlook, and then therefore emotional feeling to the whole thing. I feel like the sequel to Blade Runner and even the original has that sort of romantic streak to it, where it's noir-esque and it's looking at different morals and values and how the heroes sort of gain this very, again, romantic perspective of what the world could be or should be or what they want to make it.
Dude, yeah, just seeing that world recreated by someone who loves, the franchise and everything, just it was crazy. And I think Ana de Armas, yeah, she was fantastic. In it too. She was, it was crazy. The giant hologram sequence with her in it. And it's like, oh yeah, everyone has like a copy of her in that movie. It's
also interesting though. They showed her, so she plays this sort of hologram AI.
That reminded me of her. Not gonna lie.
It did, and there's two. I was thinking of that literally today.
Yeah.
There's a scene in her, and there's also a scene in that new Blade Runner where there is a man with an AI computer girlfriend who then uses a surrogate actual human woman to be a physical interaction surrogate with the man. I wanted to sort of force. Yeah, I really wanted.
There's let's just put it all.
Yeah.
Wait, in Blade Runner, she actually became a physical thing, right?
She was like she synced up her holographic movements and her image with somebody else.
I remember that. That was really crazy. Yeah, it was like morphing and it was phasing in and out.
Crazy
effects. They call it sync. It was
she said she was sinking.
Yeah, she was sinking. Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah.
Also weird that there's two such similar weird premises for those two scenes in such different films. But I'm interested in really taking a deep dive and looking at both.
I remember in her, the Joaquin Phoenix character was like, I don't like this.
He was
something like that happened. Yeah,
it was another favorite of mine. We are approaching the halfway mark, I feel like. So I think we're gonna take a quick break and then
we're gonna come back
right into it. Let's do that.
Yeah. So romantic films. I'm a big fan.
Romantic films and Blade Runner. Blade Runner is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
And then at the end, all that, it's all the crazy stuff right at the end of the movie too. I was just like, that's crazy.
The twist. No.
Of what? Of Blade Runner?
Of Blade Runner. Yeah. 2049.
Yeah.
It was good.
I remember really liking the light sequence where he enters Harrison Ford's house or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just I forget what happened. I just remember that it was really cool.
Yeah. He seems to have...
Was it like a hologram that he saw and then...
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford sort of was squatting in some abandoned Las Vegas showroom.
Yeah.
And it's, a super sci-fi, futuristic
It looks like a post-apocalyptic...
Yeah.
Apocalyptic. I cannot.
Apocalyptic.
Scene.
Yeah, but then everything was still working from a version of a Las Vegas showroom where you have holographic projections of they would show Elvis and Frank Sinatra singing in hologram form. So there's all these disjointed kind of half working
really features
that
coming on in the scene. Yeah, it's like something that used to work and be like this center of attention, but now is old and not that anymore. But
and
still.
that's another thing for that romantic view, is that romantic view of the past, because they could technically, if it's in the year 2049, they could have said like, oh, here's a holographic projection of Iggy Azalea from our time, and it's still the past to them, right? It still tracks with the plot, but instead they're pulling faces that are going to be nostalgic or from our past as well, so we're in that same
Mindset
present looking back
degree,
that they are.
Yeah. So what artist did they choose? I forget. It was
There was definitely Elvis and Frank
Elvis, I do
Sinatra, and
remember
probably
Elvis.
some others.
yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was
Very smart choice.
Fantastic.
And they were still like relevant enough. Like it wasn't like old to the point where you're like, who are these artists? But it was like there were the big names that everyone was like, well, we know Elvis,
Michael Jackson. I
yeah,
don't
we all
know if
know.
he's in there, but he
That
should have been in
a
there.
Frank
totally
Sinatra's still a big
different
one
vibe.
too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know
That film is.
we mentioned trash talk at the top of this.
That we're definitely not trash talking.
Yeah, we're not trash
Definitely not
talking.
trash
Let's get
talk
back to Blade
anymore,
Runner.
but
It's okay. Darren made a little jab at people who fell asleep.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We'll
That-
count that. We'll count that.
Yeah,
We'll
dude,
count
I show all my friends these films that I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so great, and then they
that.
don't.
Yo, Shawshank Redemption.
They don't
try to show that to some people. Like it'll just be like,
I showed. I remember we played Call Me by Your Name, and it was really artsy.
Haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Remember it was like he's the guy in Dune now. What's his name again?
Oh, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet, and the guy who eats cannibal guy now, Army Hammer.
He's a cannibal guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. I'm like Cannibal Lecter. Or?
Yeah,
I know what
no,
you're talking about.
yeah. Those two guys were in a film together. It's called Call Me by Your Name. Yeah, it was really artsy, dude. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
Yeah,
I do,
yeah. And everyone was like, "Oh, man, it's long."
Yeah. I think
That's always
I think
the-
what people focus on is definitely different. I've
I remember
started.
JoJo watched it too. She's like, "I don't get it."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, and that's valid too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So like even when I'm watching a masterpiece of an Irishman or The
Yeah,
Godfather,
yeah.
or whatever, some part of me is going like, could you have shaved one scene down?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
just a little.
Oh, yeah,
indulgent.
dude, The
4
Irishman was
hours you want
so
me here or
long.
whatever.
The Irishman is like, it
ridiculous.
might
it's
as well just been like
ridiculous.
4 hours.
That's
at
what I'm
that
saying.
point.
Might
It's
as
like
well been
Shawshank
two
Redemption.
movies.
That's
Like,
what
give me a
that's,
break.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You
Shawshank
watch,
Redemption is
you're
one of
just
those.
watching Robert De Niro just get older and older.
older and older in
And
the film.
older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it progresses,
Like
he's
in the
just
And
real
then the end of
world,
the
it took
film,
8
he's
movies
just
to
like-
do that.
He's
Yeah.
just aging with the film.
Yeah,
the film is
yeah.
just that long.
Yeah, but it was a great movie. No, like I would definitely say Martin Scorsese blew that out of the water.
Yeah.
The Irishman. Yeah.
Yeah. I need.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's another one I need to rewatch. But I'm like, I'm never
Shell
gonna
at
sit
the
down
time.
and be like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
not throw on The Irishman? For 4
That's
hours.
a movie you go on YouTube and you search the clips up again and,
Oh yeah,
and you're like,
that's
oh,
a watch.
this was a
Have
great
you
clip.
seen the clip of Tom Holland and his co-stars freaking out when they met the Watch Mojo journalist woman? And
Oh,
she's like,
really?
oh yeah, she says, oh, I'm from Watch Mojo. They're like, oh my god, we love Watch Mojo.
Is it
we always watch
his
the
voice
clips."
and everything?
Yeah, then
Like,
that's what she
"Welcome
says.
back to
Oh,
Watch Mojo."
that's
Yeah.
that's my voice in the video. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Their mind blows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
really?
oh my
There's a
God.
clip of that, dude. I gotta see that.
I gotta
That
see
is-
that. I did not know
Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie. That is one of my new favorite clips, and it is fantastic because that really is, I feel like, closer to our generations. What is going to blow our mind? If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talk to Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever, it's not ingrained in his generation's culture or psyche. As you know, if you're a film fan and you're our age, you religiously watch Mojo lists.
that. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's like quick
yeah.
film hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Watch Mojo has become like a little bit of a meme.
To some
It's
degree.
like-
Yeah, totally.
Like, we're totally gonna be on Watch Mojo. Damn.
Yeah.
Because they pump out content fast. I remember they just have
Yeah.
a new list every single day.
Some of their lists kind of suck.
Yeah. Here are the
I
top
mean, it's about
5
viewership, right? So.
actors who act angry in a film.
Act angry.
Anger scenes.
Yeah.
Anger.
Yeah,
Angry
yeah.
scenes.
It's like, oh wow, interesting.
Yeah, no, I think like what's interesting to me actually is like too with like kind of just how media has been like going with like the short form, right?
Yeah.
Dorothy recently put me on like just watching some things that, you know, I'm not super interested in. I just wanted to watch it really quick on like 2x speed. But I can't watch on 2x speed. It's a little too fast for me still. So I
Yeah.
watch on 1.5x speed.
Yeah.
But like I stand by it. At this point, like I feel like I'm used to it. And when I watch things on 1x speed, I'm like, dude, this is too slow. I need it faster.
So we're just gonna start watching movies on 1.5.
On 1.5x speed. Or like the pacing now
The
has to be
director's
faster.
pacing is just totally off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. It's
Dude,
like,
your movie was too fast.
yeah. No, I feel like a lot of people don't have the
What do you
patience.
mean?
I feel like a lot of people don't have the same patience as they did before. Like
That's
where,
true,
yeah.
where, like,
It's
the
sad.
pacing has to be
I
faster, yeah.
I do remember a couple of my cousins were talking and they were like, "Oh, I don't have the patience for movies anymore." And I was just like, "What? You don't have the patience for movies?"
Dude, this is like only
What
an
the
hour.
hell,
An
dude?
hour.
Yeah.
It's like a TV show's 45 minutes is too much for some people.
My dad was complaining because he was like, I don't know if I want to sit down and watch a movie with coworkers because then if the movie is bad, you're stuck pretty much, and you're just sitting there together with the guy, and you're like, yeah, all right.
So how's life?
How much longer? Oh man, an hour and something. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So watching Shawshank Redemption 5 hours later.
Yeah.
I know you like the back of my hand, friend.
It's sad, man. I want people to come back to movies. It's great, but
yeah,
Darren is the preacher of movies.
yeah.
I understand. Yeah,
So
and I
it's-
mean, like, it's not like the best movies are only 3 hour long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
course.
You
Yeah.
can have a short, punchy, pop friendly action film or rom-com or whatever and still have it be amazing. When Harry Met Sally is amazing, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, Spider-Man 1 and 2, amazing.
Dude, I remember I watched that back with Leslie again, and it was just so funny. The comedy in it, it's like I don't remember it being like this, like the editing and everything just like being so funny.
For which movie?
Spider-Man, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tobey Maguire series.
Oh my god, what perfect movie.
It's like
I
Mary
love
Jane.
those things.
Yeah.
So much.
I know they had like these like rumors
It's
that they're
so
gonna bring back
meme-worthy.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield
for Spider-Man. No
like
Way
yeah
Home.
for some type of like crossover.
There
where it's,
there
like,
was a leak about
multiverse.
that. There was a leak about
Yeah,
that.
but I don't know that it's gonna happen.
I hope it happens. And
I
I think
would
we
love
talked we
for it
talked
to
about this in our
happen.
podcast that
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's possible that they become like mentor figure. I saw this leak where like they become mentor figures to Tom Holland, but I don't
can see
know.
that. They did they do that a lot just in general. I know for one of the Grease live performances they had like the woman who played Frenchie in the original Grease film come back, and then she now plays the character who is the mentor figure to the Frenchie character. So there's that like
Oh.
meta sort of passing
Wow.
of the
I
torch
love
kind
that.
of thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
If they did that with
Kind
The
of like
Office, that would've been
Stallone
so
coming
interesting.
back and doing
Yeah, if they did that in The Office, that
doing Creed, right? I mean, it kind of
Yeah,
that's
true too.
reinvigorates that. Yeah. And him mentoring Creed essentially in the movie.
Yeah.
In those
And
two
then
films.
yeah, of course, there's the other layer of Sylvester Stallone, the actor, is then passing down his acting wisdom as well. I hear some funny stories about like Sylvester Stallone will talk about his days of filming Rocky as if he were an actual pro boxer in a boxing fight. Where he's like,
Really?
yeah, and then he threw the right hand and I slipped under and then I hit a body shot and
Yeah.
and people listening are like,
it was
dude,
legendary.
it's choreographed,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you weren't actually fighting someone.
Yeah, you can watch it all on that film.
Yeah, there's a great documentary called Rocky.
Oh,
Why don't you
really?
go
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah,
That's
behind
what
the
he
scenes.
says. It's actually just the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a documentary that was filmed in that universe that they
Yeah,
that they released now to us. So
Damn,
it's
you
cool.
see, we started with the jab cross left hook reference, and then
and now we're coming back to it. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. I love the full circle.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a good sign to sort of close it
Wind
off.
it
here.
down.
off.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
close it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll end with our word game as always. I'll start off, then we'll go Richard, then Darren, then we'll keep going in a circle.
Dude.
Ready?
Never.
Yeah. It's
Raging.
Storms.
and
Peanuts.
That.
are
Super.
Nutty.
and
Are.
Very.
very
Wet.
yeah.
What? That wasn't even a complete sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to play
That
it
wasn't.
back.
Yeah, we got the. Yeah, it's fine. Forget about it.
Am I allowed to do that? Very, very.
No, not
No,
no.
okay.
You're
You said very, very.
bro.
Get
You're
that cereal
like
reference in.
your elementary school English teacher right now is just like sneezing because she's like, who cursed me?
Yeah.
Just sneezing.
Yo, it's like, what the heck?
I was trying to extend it.
I appreciate your efforts.
Wait, how else would you extend very?
Much.
So
Very much. So yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, good podcast.
Yeah,
All
good
right, yeah.
podcast. We'll see you guys next time.